you guys. It has been a while since I made a video. It's actually been over a year, and I'm aware of that. Part of this comes from my own discussion of respecting boundaries, being aware of needs and values and what we have to do for ourselves to take care of ourselves. This year has been a hard year for me, and just for that feeling of being authentic and true to myself, I really wanted to start making videos again when I felt like I was in a place to do that and like it was something that really filled me up and gave me energy. So with that being said, I'm super grateful to the YouTube community because my channel has continued to grow throughout this year, and it has been amazing to watch and still respond to everyone's comments and feedback and messages about my videos and how much some people feel that they have helped them with their own mental health and their own well-being struggles. So with this topic in mind, today I wanted to talk about 3 of the thinking habits that we really need to change in order to have good boundaries and in order to be authentic to ourselves and have improved and amazing self-esteem. The first thinking habit that I believe is really important to work on when we are working on boundaries and self-esteem is this idea of shoulds. Should-based thinking is the idea that because we are a certain way or we're in a certain place in our life, that we should have made certain accomplishments, we should be in a different place by now, and it really takes away from our own acceptance of our unique accomplishments, of who we are, and it devalues where we're at in our lives. When we live in this way, we compare and despair. We often spend our time thinking about where other people are at rather than acknowledging our own unique achievements and where we are at. So for me, the should-based thinking is a huge factor in really destroying self-esteem and self-worth for people. So that's my first thinking habit that I really challenge people to change and to start focusing on what have they accomplished, where are they at, and really being more positive in their lives about those things than just these things that we believe we should do because of our culture or because of where we live or because of how other people treat and value us. And when you do these things, you'll begin to notice that your mindset actually changes. We actually have neuroplastic pathways in our brain that can change to be more positively biased. The more we have positive thoughts about ourselves and the more that we value our lives and the things that we have day to day. So my number 2 thinking habit, that if you want to have really good boundaries with other people and you want to really value yourself and have positive self-esteem, is not compromising our values. When we compromise our values and what we find important in life, whether that be family, achievement, it might be travel. For me, that's a huge one. Connection with other people, being respected. These are all values that we can have, and there are so many different kinds of values, so it's really important to know what you value and what your values are, firstly. And then secondly, not to compromise on your values being met in your relationships with other people, even in friendships, family interactions. Really being aware of your values helps you to be able to assert them. And when we don't live to our values or we allow people to violate that or kind of encourage us to live a life that doesn't match our values, we are then inauthentic to ourselves. What this means is that we almost live a life where we're changing ourselves to make other people feel comfortable or happy. We also sometimes will apologize. Like, that is a huge one, I think, for me and also a lot of women. I think as women and girls, we are really taught to apologize for who we are, to not be assertive, and to not kind of say, hey, that goes against my values and I don't want to be treated like that, or I don't want to do that because it's not something that I am comfortable with. Asserting values and boundaries means that sometimes people won't always like us or they won't always be comfortable with us. But That doesn't mean that we should seek to have people like us in a trade-in for being respected as a person with values and beliefs and needs. So that is my second thinking habit. Leading from that, my third belief system that I really encourage people to challenge in order to develop healthy boundaries and also better self-worth and self-respect is not seeking our validation and seeking our worth in others. So what that means is having an internal dialogue that reminds us of why we are valuable, why we are worthy, not allowing negative comments or negative opinions of other people to impact how we feel our value is realized in society and in our social interactions, our jobs, our families, our lives. Seeking worth in others can also lead to when we seek validation from other people, kind of prove that point that we're worthy. So that might mean I want to be viewed as attractive, I want to be viewed as successful, and I need people to tell me that in order for me to feel those things. A big one for self-esteem is working on that positive self-talk and finding that dialogue internally. So not just because other people say it doesn't mean it's true or not true. People's opinions aren't always facts, and that can also be our own thoughts about ourselves. So we don't always have factual thoughts about ourselves. Sometimes these are opinions based on our lives and our experiences. And so knowing your value and your worth and not just having that in external things, not just having that in what you have or how you look or who you're friends with, who you're dating, whatever it might be, knowing that that worth is intrinsic and is a hugely important factor in building healthy self-esteem and boundaries. Because if we know what we're worth and we know our value, we don't settle for being treated less than that value. So thanks you guys for watching today. Like I say, I'm really sorry that I haven't been here for the last year, but I am really happy that the community is continuing to grow. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Jordan Kaylee is my handle, and I can put that below in the video. I also have a Facebook page, www.facebook.com/youcounseling. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.